everybody, welcome back to my channel. Brittany's Story here, and you are back in Nifty space. So today's video, I am going to show you guys how I do my brows. Typically I really don't like to spend a ton of time doing my brows. It's one of my least favorite things to do when I'm doing makeup, but I love the finished look, so I'm not going to do a ton of talking this video. So typically I like to start off with a really clean brow. So how I clean my brows up, I use just an eyebrow razor. So you can kind of see, I just kind of clean up under here and just over here. I like to just start off by just brushing the brow hair up. And then also when it comes to your tools that you're using, I always like to use a clean spoolie and an angled brush like this. And if you can kind of see, it's really, really dense. So I typically don't like eyebrow brushes that are thick at all because I like to have a really precise brow. This honestly was like a cheap brush from BH Cosmetics. It came with a kit that I got years ago, and I use this every day. I absolutely love this. And then the amazing brow product that I like to use is the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in dark brown. And as you can see, this is like my holy grail. This product, it lasts so long. I've literally had this for I don't know how long, but what I notice is when I first get the product, it's really, really soft, and that's okay, but I kind of like it like once I've had it for a while and it starts to kind of harden up a little bit. I just feel like when working with the product, you really can control the product better, because I feel like when I'm using like a liquid on my brows or something that is really, really soft, it can move around a lot easier. So I like when this kind of, you know, you break it in for like 2 months and the texture is just a little harder. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting a decent amount to coat my brush. You really don't need much. And again, brushing the brow hairs up. And what I like to do is I like to start underneath, and I kind of like to just trace. And then my trick to getting a somewhat natural brow is the product that I have underneath, I just push it up instead of adding more to where it becomes a super dark brow. So I just kind of push up, and then you can see it's kind of giving almost hair-like effects. You always want to focus more the product on the tail instead of up here, because then you'll have box brow if you don't do that. Okay, so now I'm going to take just a little bit more of the dip brow, and I'm going to kind of outline the top. And I also put more pressure at the tail of my brow, and that just gives more of a sharper look. Sometimes I like to overextend my brow, but a nice guide is it should kind of stop like right there. Okay, so now that we have it kind of outlined and we have product on the brow, I am going to kind of wiggle and just flick up, wiggle, flick up, and go as close as I can to the tail. I'm not the biggest fan of concealed brows. The only reason being is because of the amount of time that it takes, but I love how it looks. But honestly, if you really just take your time with the product that you have, and if you have a really nice, thin, dense brush, you can save yourself a lot of time. Also, the more that you brush out the product, the more natural it's gonna look. In some areas, it can kind of build up the product. This is evenly distributing the product and kind of giving that fluffy brow look. As you can see, no product, product, no product, product. I honestly don't like my brows to look overdrawn, super fake. I really just like to shape my brow, extend my brow, give it just a little bit more definition. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my other brow. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. So as you can see, I like my brows to be a little bit more on the natural side. You can also set them with a clear brow gel or a colored brow gel as well. Bobbi Brown has a really good one. e.l.f. has a really good clear one. Anastasia also has a really good brow gel. Typically, I don't really like to set mine with a gel. I do sometimes for special occasions, but I just like it to look as fluffy and almost airy and natural as possible. So for this video, I'm not gonna set it. And also I feel like too, if I can cut back some time doing my makeup, I absolutely will. So yeah, you guys, that was my quick little tutorial on how I do my eyebrows. If you like this, definitely give this a thumbs up. Comment below, and if you want to see more tutorials like this, just let me know. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. Bye.